It is the best anime of all time. And if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Spenmo Rex Speaks. Appreciate you supporting. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, smash the like button. It does a lot more than you know, and it really helps going forward. Today, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to give you some good recommendations if you haven't seen them already. And I'm going to tell you my top 5 favorite anime of all time. Of all time, out of all the ones I watched, I'm going to break down my top 5. Now, it's hard because I've seen a lot. It's hard because there are a lot that are up there. And the 5 spot is the one, I got my top 4 concrete put down easily. But the 5th spot, I started having some trouble with because there are a lot of different things that can battle for that 5th spot. But I do think I locked down the one that I'm going to put there. And let's just get started. So number 5, here it is. Number 5 for me is Hunter x Hunter. It is such a good anime. There are many different arcs that are up there with fantastic arcs that you see throughout all of anime series. You know, you've got the Chimera Ant arc. You have the training arcs. A lot of different things going forward. Gon is such a great character. We know he has one of the best rage scenes ever when he attacks P2. There's so many things that go into Hunter x Hunter and what it is. It is very depth, is rich, full of story. They didn't finish it, obviously, because once they talk about Jing and what's going on there, it kind of cut off. But what they have out is amazing. You get some great fight scenes, great villains, and a great supporting cast to go with Gon and Killua as your 2 main characters. The one thing I think that Hunter x Hunter does better than almost any anime I've ever seen is explain their power system. The way they explain how to use Nen and Ren and all those different types of things, it breaks it down. The only other anime that I've seen break down how to use their power system as well as Hunter x Hunter is Jujutsu Kaisen, when they explain their curse techniques and domain expansions. But how Hunter x Hunter breaks down their power scale, their power system, is on par or better than any other anime. And on top of that, it's just great action scenes. It's a fun watch. There's a lot of emotion going through it all. And Hunter x Hunter is number 5 on my list. At number 4, I've got Samurai Champloo. I know it's only one season, blah, 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 but you look at the on and off, the hate and love, the back and forth between Mugen and Jin, I think is just so good throughout the entire series. On top of that, we know the 90s anime style is some of the best there's ever been. Probably the new tier, like 2020 and forward anime style, is the only one that can mess with these late 90s animes. When it comes to animation, it's just so fluid. The fight scenes are great, and it's got the best soundtrack in anime history. Literally the best soundtrack in anime history. It is so good. Samurai Champloo, if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It is amazing. You can watch it over and over. The characters are great. It is one of the rare animes that dub is just as good as the sub, and I know some people might go crazy with me for that, but it's like the original Naruto, Dragon Ball, Samurai Champloo, and that's about it when it comes to dubs being just as good as subs. And the fight scenes, just the whole arc, it doesn't drag on too long. Like I said, it's only a season long, so you don't, but it's 26 episodes, so it's not a tiny season, but you don't get all this filler crap. It's just action. It's a great storyline, a lot of fun characters to follow, and Samurai Champloo is number 4 on the list for me. At number 3, I have Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist, shout out to my guy Al, is amazing. It is amazing. They have 2. It's obviously Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I prefer Brotherhood. I think it has a better ending. But if you do watch either of them, you should watch the first, I would say, 4 or 5 episodes of the original, because that really goes into depth on Ed and Al's backstory, what they did to get to where they are, the human transmutation part of it all, and the unwritten rules that they broke to get cursed the way they are. But Brotherhood has a much better storyline. It's got better characters as the homunculi, and the ending is much better. The ending of Brotherhood is infinitely better than the ending of the original. It's just such a good anime. It's such good, like I said, the character designs, the villains. You've got the Fuhrer King Bradley, Pride. Kimberly was in my top 5 villains list, if you remember that. Obviously, all of the homunculus are just crazy, whether you talk about pride, greed, envy, lust. Any of those guys is a top top 15 villain. Like, those guys are all so good. Gluttony is crazy scary. You obviously have the Shao Tucker stuff, which is some of the most heart-wrenching anime ever. And through it all, you've got Ed, you've got L, you've got great characters like Colonel Mustang and Captain Armstrong and Captain Armstrong's sister, Olivia Armstrong. There are so many good alchemists throughout the entire story, on top of Ed and L doing everything, going against all odds. It's so good. If you haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist, you have to. You have to. It is literally a passage of right for anime fans to watch Full Metal Alchemist. It is notoriously a top 5 anime for, I would say, 90% of the fans out there. Like, it is so good, so well done, such a great concept that it's very original, and the ending of Brotherhood really puts it in the best light. So I would say Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is number 3 for me. Number 2 is Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is amazing. It's fun. It's whimsical. They do a great job of adding the comedic factor on top of what's going on in the story. Again, the 90s anime, great fight scenes, just amazing stuff, amazing backstory. And on top of that, I talked about Samurai Champloo having the best anime soundtrack. Well, Cowboy Bebop is, if it's not one, it's 2. Like, the soundtracks, the score for Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo are absolutely insane. If you haven't watched Cowboy Bebop, you need to. Spike is one of my favorite protagonists all time. Spike is just amazing. He's fun to watch. He's a funny guy. It's about bounty hunters in space. He's literally a space cowboy. That's why it's called Cowboy Bebop. And it's just so fun to watch. Vicious is an amazing antagonist. Their fight scene at the end is so perfect. It is just an all-around one of the best animes ever created. And number 1, I don't think this is a surprise to anybody. I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody if you've never met me. But my favorite anime ever is One Piece. It's got to be One Piece. It has to be One Piece. The best world building ever. Ever. No world building is better than what they do in One Piece. The serious topics, like, you think it's just, like, my boy Easy watched the live action. He's like, oh, dude, King of the Pirates. Yeah, no, like, they tackle slavery. They tackle racism. They tackle human trafficking. They tackle just destruction of civilization, starving people, the classism of when you go from the dragons down. Like, it is just so good, man. It is so good. And we're just getting into the heart of the celestial dragons, of the eggheads, of the Gorosei. There is nothing you can't like about One Piece. Like, it is perfect. I mean, I'm sorry if you don't like it, but you're wrong. Like, Oda is the GOAT for a reason. Luffy, amazing character. Sanji, amazing character. Zoro, amazing character. You've got, obviously, all the Straw Hats are great in their own way. Usopp is the only one where I can respect if people don't like him, but he's funny, he's comedic relief. And then on top of that, there's so many characters throughout this vast, vast world of One Piece that make it the best anime ever. It is the best anime of all time. And if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. But I'm just kidding. Everybody has their own taste. But One Piece is my favorite, by far. And I don't think... not many people can argue it without being, oh, it's too long. I don't want to watch this much. Well, suck it up, because it is worth it. I've had all of my brothers pick it up because I told them to, like, you gotta literally watch this. They've all picked it up. They all love it. I had my friend Darius, who doesn't watch anime. I was like, dude, watch One Piece, because he watched Attack on Titan, and he was looking for other recommendations. I was like, dude, watch One Piece. It's fire. And he's almost caught up right now. I think he's in Whole Cake already, or he's getting into Wano. And it's just, I could do an entire episode about One Piece and why it's so great. But One Piece is just, it's different. It's why I got tattoos of it. It's why I have the merch everywhere. It is the best there is. And all others aspire to have the longevity, the story building, the character depth, and the overall success that One Piece does. So we appreciate you all. I appreciate you all for listening. Make sure you smash that like button, and we'll see you guys. Peace.